Welcome to Tales of Honor, a podcast with a mission to tell the true stories of every recipient of our nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Tales of Honor podcast. This is episode number 462, and I have a couple items of business to take care of before we get into today's story. First up, I'd like to wish those who are in the United States Marine Corps a very happy 246 years of service to the country. So happy birthday, U.S. Marine Corps. I could insert quite a few jokes, but I'm going to be the bigger man here, and I'm not going to do that. So very happy birthday to the Marine Corps. Also, tomorrow, November 11th, will be our 102nd Veterans Day celebration in our country. So I'd like to wish all of y'all who are veterans a very happy Veterans Day. Those who are current military, goes without saying, thank you very much. And you too will live that sweet DD-214 life one day and be a veteran. But until then, happy Veterans Day to those who are veterans. I would like to read this this message that was issued by President Wilson on November 11th, 1919. This was the first celebration of Armistice Day, which then became Veterans Day. The address goes a little something like this. A year ago today, our enemies laid down their arms in accordance with an armistice which rendered them impotent to renew hostilities and gave the world an assured opportunity to reconstruct its shattered order and to work out in peace a new and juster set of international relations. The soldiers and people of the European allies have fought and endured for more than 4 years to uphold the barrier of civilization against the aggressions of armed force. We ourselves have been in the conflict something more than a year and a half. With splendid forgetfulness of mere personal concerns, we remodeled our industries, concentrated our financial resources, increased our agricultural output, and assembled a great army, so that at the last our power was a decisive factor in the victory. We were able to bring the vast resources, material, and morale of a great and free people of the assistance of our associates in Europe who had suffered and sacrificed without limit in the cause for which we fought. Out of this victory, there arose new possibilities of political freedom and economic concert. The war showed us the strength of great nations acting together for high purposes, and the victory of arms foretells the enduring conquests which can be made in peace when nations act justly in furtherance of the common interests of men. To us in America, the reflection of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service, and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us, and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of nations. There's a lot of cool history that goes into Veterans Day, so I ask that you go do that on your own. Who am I? I'm not your father. Unless you're my kids listening, then I am your father. But go do your homework. It's pretty cool. And for those of you looking to get on that sweet, sweet free meal train tomorrow, well, enjoy. Maybe wear the belt with the extra hole in it and go have fun. For those who don't, well, I hope you find a way to celebrate tomorrow and enjoy the service that you have given your country, regardless of how you feel about it. Now, we have one birthday, and it is actually today. Today's birthday belongs to David Bellavia, who is a former Army Staff Sergeant that earned his Medal of Honor for his actions during the Iraq War, specifically during the Second Battle of Fallujah. So today, November 10th, 1975, David Bellavia turns 46 years old, so a very happy birthday to David Bellavia. I will have, as usual, a link in the show notes to David's story I covered back on episode 214. Last item of business before we get into today's episode, I think I might have stumbled upon a little bit of a treasure chest of pictures for some of these recipients. And I definitely have for two. So if you happen to like some additional media, head on over to talesofhonorpodcast.com, click on the stories and This episode and the last episode will have additional photos of the recipients I happened to find. It's pretty cool sometimes to just see more than just the official public release photo. I like posting those if I can. So they're there. Another reason for you to check out the website. That's all I got for today, so let's head right on into episode number 462. Edward was born on the 13th of November, 1891, in Baltimore, Maryland. He was appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy and graduated at the rank of ensign in July of 1912. For the next 2 years, Edward served on board 4 ships before being assigned to the USS Prairie 85. He was sent ashore during the Mexican campaign, and it was his actions in Veracruz that would later earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "For extraordinary heroism in battle, engagements of Veracruz, 21-22 April 1914. Posted on the roof of the Terminal Hotel and Landing, Ensign McDonnell established a signal station there day and night, maintaining communication between troops and ships. At this exposed post he was continually under fire. 1 man was killed and 3 wounded at his side during the 2 days' fighting. He showed extraordinary heroism and striking courage and maintained his station in the highest degree of efficiency. All signals got through, largely due to his heroic devotion to duty." After this conflict, Edward attended aeronautical instruction at the Wright Company in Dayton, Ohio, followed by flight training at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola, Florida. In March of 1915, he became a naval aviator and stayed at Pensacola as an instructor, soon promoted to lieutenant junior grade. Edward was stationed at Naval Air Station Huntington Bay in Long Island, New York, and was moved to the office of the Chief of Naval Operations in Washington, D.C. during World War I. He also took part in air campaigns in France and Italy during the war, and afterwards, Edward became the first man to fly a plane off a battleship. It was a Sopwith Camel, a British single-seat biplane that took off of the USS Texas on the 10th of March, 1919. By May of 1944, he had been promoted to Rear Admiral and was in command of the USS Long Island, and by December of 1945, he transferred from active duty and was on the reserve retired list 6 years later at the rank of Vice Admiral. On the 6th of January, 1960, Edward had boarded National Airlines Flight 2511 that was leaving New York City and was headed to Miami, Florida. He and the other 28 passengers and 5 crew members would not make it to Miami when the plane exploded over Bolivia, North Carolina. To this day, it is unknown what or who caused the explosion, and the Civil Aeronautics Board simply concluded that the plane was brought down by a dynamite explosion in the passenger cabin near row number 7. The FBI took control of the investigation, and it remains unsolved and open. Edward O McDonnell was 68 years old when he died, and he is buried in Arlington National Cemetery, Section 2, grave 4955-4. His wife, Helen, survived him with their daughter, Elizabeth. Their son, Edward Jr., was a second lieutenant in the Army Air Forces during World War II and was listed as missing in action in 1944. And that was a tale of honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor, and if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family. Tales of Honor is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme music is Loyalty and Duty by Floruz Music. If you have any questions, you can send an email to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com, and please be sure to visit talesofhonorpodcast.com for more episodes and information.